So the very first race I did on the server 5 years ago. This video is supported by Prime Gaming. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch account and get an included Twitch subscription every month. Click the subscribe button on twitch.tv/Bruffy1322 to use it on me if you'd like, but just make sure you use it on someone so it doesn't go to waste. It was a multi-class race, wasn't it? We had 5 different GTs, so 5 different cars. And then we had 5 different winners of each GT. And we're going to be doing a short random race that includes all the cars that were selected for that race. Oh. And as always with a random select, everyone will get all the same cars by the end. Oh god. Pick your way through. He's flying. Good lord. Oh, it's been messy today. What was I driving? Was I driving this, the LG RH5? In that first race? Is that why we've started with it? I was? Okay, that's why. Damn, this is a throwback. That very first FiveM video. Didn't I put the thumbnail text all in caps, which I never do? Like, this is amazing or something like that, because it was like the first experience, the mind-blowing experience of what a custom racing server can be like. And this was the first race I ever did with 5 different GTs. This is a real throwback, this. Oh. So this wasn't actually the first random race or anything like that. This was just the very first thing I ever did on Project Homecoming. Well, after I got that little showcase of the new cars and modded cars. There was that showcase, and then this was the first race. I remember it being special because doesn't this race have a load of props? And it's certainly more than what we were allowed at the time on vanilla GTA. And custom lighting and things like that. I think this was my first experience of all of that kind of stuff. And especially 5 years ago, the creator was nowhere near even what it is now. We got that famous NOS quote. What was the famous NOS quote? Alright, Issy Classic. Oh, the issues, yes, the one that's the donation sound. The meltdown, yeah, because he was trying to get on the server and it wasn't working for him. Nothing works for me today. Alright, Issy Classic is my first. It was a pretty rough first lap, that. I had actually made up places until that little mistake. I'd be happy with the top half again. Random select, so we'll all get the same cars by the end, just in a different order. So this was one of the GTs, I guess, in that first race. It's crazy to think it's been 5 years that Project Homecoming's been around. I mean, no wonder I couldn't remember anything about this first race. It's been 5 bloody years. Let that go. I'm a bit more nimble though, actually, than this hammerhead. Oh, thank you. My wife just brought me tea and cake. And dog doesn't want to leave because there's food. I have the best wife. This will probably end up on YouTube. If it does, I'll link in the description the video of the very first, well, the very first Project Homecoming video where we got that original showcase, and we did this track for the very first time in that multi-class race, so that people can go back. This is obviously part of the Project Homecoming 5-year anniversary celebrations, this race. That's what we're doing it for. That's what the little logo is in the top left. Alright, what am I going to get next? Alright, the Striter. There are Voltics around. There's the Voltic, the GT1 car. Do you know what? This is still a great track. This track still holds up. And I wish the Striter on regular GTA was like this. This was the most mind-blowing thing. I remember, like, for so long, we'd wanted multi-class racing in the game. We'd tried to do multi-class racing. This is vanilla GTA I'm talking about now. We wanted to do multi-class stuff, so even if they just added an open class that allowed us to like choose whatever cars we wanted. We were doing the multi-class endurance championship, but we had to use, you know, different paced cars in the same class officially, like all sports cars and whatnot. So the very first race I ever had was showcasing what's possible, and of course it was going to be a multi-class race. All these wildly different cars, from Voltics to Issies to muscle cars and wagons, like, of course it had to be that. I remember mind-blowing. I remember my mind being blown. I think the Striter is one of the quicker cars in this collection. Obviously, in addition to the fact that we were on a track that just simply could not be made on vanilla GTA at that time, with special propping and significantly more prop usage and checkpoint usage in cars that are completely unique, like this Striter, the Hammerhead. Those cars aren't on vanilla GTA. Like, it really was, like, looking back, it really was the perfect introductory race to show everything that was possible all in one go. Alright, Tampa. That was a good lap, that, actually, that last lap. The Striter really helped me gain some positions, but it's going to come full circle, I'm sure, when everybody else has to, when everybody else gets the Striter or the quicker cars, and I'm stuck in, well, the Hammerhead seemed pretty slow, I suppose. Good old random select, it always comes full circle. I'll have to put in the sound as well. The NOS sound from that first stream when he was having issues. Should do like a little callback to that in the video version of this. I don't think that made its way into the original video, but it's lived on as a donation sound. The Tampa is a great car. I've always liked the Tampa. I wish I had more power, but it's always been a really nice handling car. Very nice car to drive. There's a Strider. Just made that like it's a really tight corner, that one. Alright, 3 cars left. Oh, one of them is a dinky little thing, but I can't remember what it's called. Flash? Huh! I got the Flash. I must be psychic. I think this is going to be a slow lap. The Hammerhead's going to be slow as well. So we've got the Hammerhead and the Voltic left. Back when porting cars from other games was the thing. I think Bart is quicker than me in general, but it's worth me trying to defend a little bit. But he has also had the Hammerhead, so he's probably got some quicker cars to come still. I don't know what the Voltic's going to be like pace-wise to everything that we've had. I'm guessing the Strider was my quickest lap. I don't really... The Strider felt... It feels quick, the Strider. Like... Got some good power behind it. I can't see it being quicker than a Voltic. I've still got the Voltic to come. I don't think I've hit the apex on that tight corner once. I wouldn't mind having the Hammerhead next, get it out of the way, and then be able to have the the Voltic for the last lap. Ah, this has taken me back. It's been so long. Come on, Hammerhead. Give me Voltic last. Hey! Man, guesses have been on point today. So we're going to have the Voltic for the last lap. So I've got to survive a Hammerhead lap. And then I'll have to see where I finish. Is a top 10 out of the question? I feel like a top 10's a little bit out of the question, even in a Voltic in the last lap. I think the gaps are too much. A lot of people having their Voltics now. Depending on what they've still got left, I might get the benefit back on that last lap. For all I know, people still might have Striters to go or something like that. That's the beauty of a random select. It's like the best game mode. It matters how well you do, but it just splits up the field temporarily so you get an interesting finish. And some having to do some overtakes, faster cars, slower cars, depending on when you get them. Defending in a slower car from a faster car to try and get the pair back later on when you're in the faster car. Ooh! There's a big group of people behind, I've noticed on the map. I'd like to... A lot of people in Voltics on this second last lap. I'd like to stay ahead of a few. As many as I can, so I can have as much clear air to use that Voltic as possible. There's big gaps, but we'll see what we can do in the Voltic. If we can get a few more positions, it might be nice. But it depends what other people are going to have. Alright, let's go. Is this going to be my best lap? Looks like the Flash was the worst lap. This has to be quicker than the Strider, surely. Chasing down a Hammerhead. I've just been overtaken by Phoenix in a Voltic whilst I was in a Hammerhead. Now the roles have reversed exactly. I think a top 10 is too far gone. The gaps are a little bit too big, but let's just see what we can do. It's always fun having the fast car on the last lap, because you know every position you get is going to be for real. There's two. Got more coming. Should be able to dispose of these two. That gets me into 11th. Ah. Having to wait there, that wasn't good. Oh! What a mess. I'm gonna have to wait for Benny now as well. Ah! God damn it. We will never know if I could have gotten a top 10. I've absolutely botched it. I can't believe that. All that race, and it was closing in beautifully at the end. It's always when I get a quick car that I mess it up. To be fair, I didn't think I was going to get hit up the back going into that corner.
God fucking damn it! Work for me today.
Alright, there's the sound. I guess I don't need to put it in myself. And that was well timed for what's just happened to me as well, I guess. God, I'm so disappointed in myself. I feel like, you know, that might have been able to get a top 10 in that one. I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh on myself. I feel like I turned in with plenty of space. But it was just a mess. To be fair, it was a Voltic in 10th place, so I don't think I would have caught up to the top 10 anyway. But it would have definitely been 11th. Ah. God damn it.